Welcome back. We could do the graphs here. The charts have come here. And the only issue is if I change to another person, let's say one app, everything changes, but my graph doesn't change. This place simply refuses to change. If you really look at it, this is the place where my graph also should change, but it is simply refusing not to change. Let's have again take somebody else. I go to deep beverages. I change everything here. My graph is not changing. Suppose I get back to, let's say, Dumont. There are only four points. Everything is coming. So I want the chart of Dumont. Then I'll have to go back here, go here, go to Dumont. Here I will have to select. Then when I click, then my dashboard changes for this particular customer. I think this is going to be a very, very difficult task of asking for someone whom you have made this graph to go and tell him, you do one thing. Whenever you want any other customer or something, you please go to your table, make this change, then come back to the customer dashboard. Voila, the graph is available. So somebody is not going to like it, and we are not going to be respected. So what is the way of doing it in a different way? That means you have to automate it. What I am automating? The moment I select Eastern Connection, you remember all of you, we made automatically anything happens in this worksheet at B3, we wrote a Visual Basic Application command. Then select only this and then give me all these things, change the count, everything. I think some time back we did it. Something similar now we have to do for automating the chart by making change. Whatever customer I select here, this customer should automatically go here. That customer should get selected, and the chart will automatically get changed. This is what we are going to see this. Can we go ahead? This is our next task, because I am going only one by one task. I am not getting into too very crowded because we are not in a hurry to learn or half learn. So I will go to the next step only when two or one of you really do and show me that yes, you have understood. That way, it becomes easy for me also. I am happy that you are understood and you are happy that you are able to do on your own. Right? Now, what we will have to do? We will have to again go for Visual Basic Application. So, how do I get a Visual Basic Application? Anybody remembers? How do I get a VBA screen? Krishnan sir.
Alt, I think F11 something.
Yes, sir, you are right. Alt F11. And you remember my computer, for whatever reason, Alt F11 is not. I don't know.
So, I think Control Alt F11.
Control Alt F11.
No,
like
function.
That?
No, Alt function key, then F11 you can press.
Yeah.
Sir,
function Alt F11. No, it is. No, it is what.
Sir, what is happening? You look at when the moment I put function Alt, it gives me FHN, all those things, on top. So it will not come. And Control Alt F11.
No, function Alt F11. In my computer.
Sir, normally it should have come, but it is not coming in this. Now it has come. I don't know why. For whatever reason, it has come.
Because not you need to deactivate the function key.
Deactivate
the function key. That settings you have to cut there. Then only it can
okay,
work.
But then see, suppose I put. Now it is coming. Okay, fine. Whatever it is. Now you go to this one, and all of you know. We will slightly make it bigger. Okay, fine. Now this is the, and please remember last week we said that it has to be, finally your worksheet is to be saved as XLSM. Macro enabled worksheet you will have to save. All of you remember, please don't save finally today as XLX, then it will not work tomorrow. So please remember this. Now we will close all these things. Let's not get into this.
But once the previous the file what we have saved and what we are working already it is an XLSM.
If it is in XLSM, then it will continue to save in that. But if you have done the macro and all for the first time and by mistake you have not saved it in XLSM, whatever job you have done, whatever VBA you have done, everything will go off.
Because once you change the customer name, automatically if it comes means no, it is
it is in XLSM. Yeah. Now what we will do is, this is where your VBA project has to come. Your name, your file name has to come here. Then you go here. You remember there are TCAU pivot table because there are two tables I have opened in this in my computer. That is a two. You must know where you will have to go because in our case that is the name. We go to module. Then you remember it was module 1. Now we started with module 1 and then we had something here. Then we removed it and then put it into the customer dashboard. All of you must be remembering. This is what we did. If target.address equal to $B, $D, then do this change. Message box me, we have put a ton and then we said that we change only in this cell. Otherwise, don't do anything. This is what we did. I think you must be remembering once I show this. Now we come here. What we will do, we will have to, I will remove all these things because I was trying to do for you people. Now go to module and then totally remove, delete everything on that and then just leave it. You can write yourself or you can start creating this things like this. So we go to insert. We have got a procedure. So we give a procedure name we can give. What kind of a name we will give? Update. So that no, you remember. Customer info. I am going to update the customer info in the chart. So I will call it as a customer. And please remember, whenever you give any name in the field name or whatever it is, they should not contain any spaces. Blanks it should not have. Like you have given blank here. If you remember, orders, yearly space, orders, space, PT, all those things you cannot do here. So we go here, insert, procedure, and we want to give a sub procedure and the scope will be public. That means anybody, it is available to other workbooks also, not only for this workbook. It is not private, it is public. So we just customer info, update customer info or whatever you want to call, update customer info. Now I say okay. Then what happens? Public sub update customer info, open bracket, close bracket, end sub. So the starting point, end point, the code automatically has come. Now what we will do, we will simply make some blanks. Now for our own understanding, let us write something about it. We will write, we want to write comment. So how do I start a line which will be identified as a comment and not as a instruction? Can somebody tell me if you remember? We studied it. We saw it in the class session 9 and 10. YouTube video also it is there. How do I tell somebody that it is a comment and it is not an instruction? Pardon me?
Space and
no, sir.
one. space and
the
comma.
single quote. If I start,
Single quote. Yeah. That is what I forgot.
now look at this customer dashboard. Message box, done was coming, Then we put a single quote. So this message box stopped appearing. You remember, Mr. Gopal Krishna?
Correct.
Whatever you write in single quote, then you just see the color changes to pale green. Pakistan we are in the blue, here it has changed pale green. So we write single quote. What we can write, we can tell for your own idea what I am going to do. You can write what it is going to do. Update chart based on customer selection. So you are telling yourself or anybody who is going to go through it, this particular subroutine update customer info is going to update the chart based on customer selection. That is what you are going to do, no? Customer selection. Okay, fine. This is what we are going to do. Now, shall we proceed, or you want to test? Somebody wants to test this. What I will do now, I will just go one more thing. Then we will try to do ourselves. Now, what is the job that we are going to do? Can somebody tell me? Suppose this is your servant is standing in front of you with all capabilities of doing whatever you want to say he will do. So what are we going to instruct him? Can somebody tell me? English, simple English.
Range we need to give.
No, what we are going to tell him, first of all?
If.
You have to select the customer name, what is there in the dashboard.
No, in a very macro manner, what I will say, if my customer name, which I am going to select, which is in B3, whatever customer name I am going to select in B3, you please take that, keep it in your hand as a data and go to yearly orders PT. Go to yearly orders PT. Then go and drop this customer on that filter, and then the chart changes. This is what we have to tell him. Your servant, how will you say?
Yes, it's correct.
Find out in B3 if I am making any change in B3. If I don't make any change, don't do anything. If I am going to make any change in the B3, take B3, keep it with you, and take this and go to the yearly orders PT and then drop it there. In the drop down menu, this same customer should come there as a selection. The moment it is done, then your chart changes or not? Please tell me. Changes? Yes?
Yes.
This is what we will have to tell. So the computer is your servant, obedient servant, ready to do whatever you want to say, but then he will not understand if you are making a mistake. You make a mistake, he will do the same mistake. And much faster than what you can make. Speed is with him. Brain doesn't have. So we are the brain behind it. So Visual Basic Application commands, we are the brains. And they are not very great rocket science. They are simple English, as I am now trying to share with you my knowledge. It's a very simple. You can simply, everybody can learn, provided we know what we have to instruct the system. Now, so first of all, what I am supposed to do, I will have to tell the system where is the pivot table. That means I will have to store the pivot table name somewhere, isn't it? Then what I will have to do, I will have to have a field as a pivot field. These two I will have to do, and then I will have to have a string of whatever is the customer name. Three things I need. One is customer name, that is number one. What is the pivot table name? Number two. And what is that field in that place? Number three. So I will have to define all these things. So we are going to learn a new verb or a syntax in Visual Basic application called dimension, that we call it as dim. D-I-M. You can put a capital D also. There is nothing wrong in it. D-I-M. Now pivot table, I will call it as a PT. Pivot table is what? This dimension, this particular field name is called PT. Okay. As pivot, sorry sir, as PIVOT dot. So what I want it as a pivot table. PT as pivot table. I want it as a pivot table. Right? What do I want to do? I want to store the pivot table order pivot table into it. If you want, you can give a comment, or you need not give a comment. Next is what? Dimension. I want field. The field. This is the name. PT is one name. Field is one name. As pivot field. PIO. It's already here. PIV. Pivot field. Only one field. Pivot field. So one table, pivot table. Now again I will have a dim dimension new cus. New cus means what? Why I am giving this name?
Whatever you are selecting in the
Whatever new customer which I am going to select. So for my you can give it as ABCD, whatever name you want to give. There are some names which you cannot give. They are reserved words. All other names you can give. You can give Madan Gopal also, but then that is not going to help us. So we are going to give some names which anybody can understand. So PT, pivot table, field, I'm going to have a field. Then new customer, instead of Eastern connection, I take around the horn. That is our new customer. So dimension new customer as what? New customer, he cannot be anything. So if you really look at it, you can design the field like many things. You will straight away go. Once you are thorough, then you will be able to do. So many options are there. So it is a big ocean. We are only just trying to stay at the shore and try to touch the water. So what it should be really? It should be a string. String means it can be anything, right? So what I am trying to do is take three variables. One is called PT. I will have to tell what is the pivot table. And I will have to tell it which pivot field I am supposed to do this comparison. And then I will have to have a new customer who is going to be the customer whomever I am selecting. Is that clear up to this point, please?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will have to proceed. Now what I request some of you is, can you just do this in your system? At this point I will stop. I will stop recording also. Some of you can now do this, practice it before we proceed, because it is very important how to open a particular this one, and how are we going to delete all the old commands, how I am going to do a public sum, all those things. Then we will proceed. Okay, I am stopping the recording here.